Good morning everyone and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. I hope you all had an awesome weekend and were able to celebrate some new year. Right, I'm here today with an MX Art project share, but I want to talk about the dies because when I got the haul, which was I think a couple of weeks ago now, and I will link that video below, I got some dies that I tried to explain to you were for Dollar Tree packaging. Now I don't know whether anybody was confused by that or not, but it was to do with my Skinny Decks dies, and I'll show you the two dies that I designed which were specifically for obviously as memory dexes, but also so that you could utilize them as shakers using Dollar Tree packaging. Now this is one of them, and I haven't used this today, and its obvious shape really is a snow globe. Now me personally, I will use a snow globe all year round. It's not just for Christmas, but one of these dies in here is what cuts out the Dollar Tree packaging, and the packaging that this one cuts out is the Crafter's Square double-sided tape. Now I'm going to open this and whoops, there we go, and I'm going to pull it off. That bit's going to go in the bin, but this bit here that I'm about to remove the tape from, this is the bit that you cut out. Now yay, I've got scissors. All you have to do is just go into your packaging like this and snip the circle out. Sorry if I'm vanishing off camera. Just get that going around and around there. Sometimes it can be easier to just hack off the big bit that you started with, and you don't have to be particularly tidy, just as long as it fits within the margins of what you're doing. And of course you can use that circle die with any other die set that you've got, and then what happens is you cut your hole either in your memory decks, your card, or whatever it is that you're making, and this will slot through. So I'll show you that there, and this is what I made at Christmas, so I'm just going to bring this one back just to show you that that is what happens. It will cut the aperture. You can cut a fancy frame to go around it by putting the two circles together, and you'll create a shaker from your packaging. Right, so that's not the one I've used today, but I wanted to show you that. Right, the one that I've used today is this one, and it comes with circles. Now the larger circle is the one that cuts out this packaging, and these are the mounting foamy pads that I get from Dollar Tree, and they're in the automotive section of Dollar Tree. So they're meant for the people in their cars, not for crafters. But obviously, you know, you're going to take your foamy pads out and you're going to remove this from the packaging, and you're going to just hack this whole thing apart, and I'll show you the bit that you want. It's the bit in the middle. Now the bit in the middle is great. KS Craft does some snowman face stamps, and I think also some bunny face stamps, and they will actually fit inside. I call it a little divot, and I'm still hacking around it, so you have to excuse me, my scissors are small, and you're left with a lovely little dome. So there's your dome, and that's what this die was sized for. Now I have made some other packaging dies, and actually I think I've got two stuck together here, which is absolutely awesome. Let's hope all of them are like that. I'll get two divots for the price of one. And the ones that I've designed for surprise creation, there you go, I've got two. I've got the stitching that will leave the stitching around the outside of the aperture for you, and I've done the large one which will take this, and the smaller one, but those are coming out soon. But with these, as I say, you use this larger die in this memory deck set, and you'll be able to pop this in and make a shaker. And that's basically my project today. I'm going to store those with that. I just stick them in a Ziploc bag because of all the static and dust and stuff. And I'll show you what I made. And I was quite fortuitous. And other stuff that I've used today on my mini abalone, which I love. I'll give you a close up. They're tiny, tiny diamond shaped sequins. There's no holes in there, but I just love them. I've used the donut set, which is fortuitous, and I've also used the cup set. I did use this a couple of weeks ago and I absolutely love it, so I just wanted to cut it in gold. But first of all, back to the packaging and that particular one that comes with this memory deck set, and it perfectly cut out one of the donuts on that scrapbook paper that I showed you from my Joanne haul last week. Look at that. So now I've got a donut hiding underneath my dome. And basically what I did was I cut the top layer of the memory decks and then used the circle to cut out the donuts, pop the dome up through that comes off your Dollar Tree packaging, and then just glue your donut back down underneath. And I used some of my little abalone in there. Let's see if we can get a nice close picture. And these also make great little spaceman helmets if you've got little critter dies or little character dies that are in little space outfits. But what surprised me as well, not only did I manage to perfectly cut out a donut from this paper, but on the cutter parts, the actual donut die is the same size as the donut that's on the cutter parts. So that's what I did. I used it to cut a cutter part, and then I did one of the actual donut dies with its little stripe of pink ice in there. And then on the Oh So Sweet, which was on this particular cutter part, I used a Dollar Tree gold pen. And when you can't draw a straight line, just, go wibbly wobbly around the edges. Who cares? It's a great cheat. But I wanted to share that with you because I was quite surprised that, first of all, it cut out a perfect donut. And then it actually did the cut apart donut as well. So I introduced that because it matches the little one that I've got up there. So that is my first little project, and I hope that kind of explains using the packaging a bit more. And I'm also going to be sort of like, as I go around Dollar Tree, which is quite often actually, mooching around and just seeing what other useful packaging they may have that, is something that people use a lot of. And if I can find anything good, then I'll make some more packaging dies, because if it's something that we buy often, why not get some crafty use out of it? Right, next up is the cup die, which I absolutely love, and it's using my skinny decks again. This is that practically perfect paper pad. It's got all those gorgeous little teapots. I've got some fluff on there, probably from Bo, bless him. I'll just blame the dog. And that little sticker, and then this little sticker, this cupcake, I just stuck onto there. But I wanted to use gold foil because it's got such gorgeous details in that cup. And I just thought it matched that paper perfectly. So that's the other thing that I did. And that is what I have for you today. So as I say, I hope I explained that it's your foamy pads that you get from the auto section and your double-sided tape, which is what will be the stuff that you can make your snow globes with. I'm quite into making Valentine and Easter snow globes as well, so I know that I'm going to be using this an awful lot, because I've got plenty of space below there where I can put all my bunnies or whatever I need to do. But that's how I used it for Christmas. But what a great way to get a really easy shaker, because you don't need to use any foam or anything. Just cut your hole, glue the plastic in, and then just pop your back straight onto there. That's it. That's all you have to do to get your shaker. Right, I'm up tomorrow with a Tuesday tutorial, and I can tell you it's going to be fun. And it might be a huge disaster and a mess. I am going to attempt to use a regular crafting silicone mat as a jelly plate, and let's see what happens with that. You have an absolutely awesome day as usual. All links below. Bye.